What's up, Cardfighters? This is Chris here from Vanguard Central. We got a Great Nature update for 16G Zone. The deck is more late game focused. I figured that with Tester Fox being able to use its Legion skill along with striding, the longer the game goes, the more advantage you're going to build, the more triggers you can shove back in the deck. And it just really benefits for that slow gameplay. So the deck is built a bit slower to compensate for that.
Stand up, Vanguard!
Alright, our starter is Pencil Koala. Pencil Koala is really good in this deck because it's going to provide on-hit pressure on any of your strides. Basically, anytime after you have GB1, you're going to provide that on-hit pressure, which gives a pump to your rearguard and lets you draw cards. So it's a bit slower than like Blackbird pair things, but just having that on-hit pressure, like constant pressure on your opponent, seems to work really, really well. So that's what I did. And it's been really good. You know, he provides a lot of pressure, so your opponents are more likely to drop their cards. The grade 3s, the main boss of this deck is Tester Fox. The focus of this deck is actually to get on Tester Fox and Legion as soon as possible. That's your main goal for this deck. So, not staying on Shatnor in this deck. We're just gonna go Tester Fox because the longer you're on Tester Fox, the more advantage you can gain. And so just getting that Legion going as soon as you can is really, really beneficial. Speaking of Shatnor, we do run the 4 Shatnor. This is because our ultimate goal is to be on Tester Fox. So Shatnor is going to provide like a good like in between if we can't get Tester Fox immediately. We get the powerful Stride for Shatnor and the powerful Break Ride ability, which can also cover Tester Fox's Legion turn, which is traditionally very weak. The grade 2s, we're running 3 Sleepy Tapir. I actually had a lot of trouble with this slot at first. I was running 12k hitters, I was thinking about 10k vanillas, thinking about how to make numbers and stuff, but I ultimately decided on Sleepy Tapir because of his resist. Not really because of his effects to retire things early, it's really because of the resist. A lot of things that's going to happen once GPT-7 hits, although this will probably go up after GPT-7 hits, but the reason for this is because of Denial Griffin. Kagura won't be able to kill it, so you can stack all your draw effects onto him and not worry about getting that interrupted by Denial Griffin by Kagura players. And so that makes resist really important, and that's really why they were running this, is to like avoid getting gimped by Denial Griffin when possible. Obviously, we have 4 Researcher Foxes, the Legion Mate for Tester Fox. You need to run this at 4 just because you require it to keep, you need at least 1 to keep the Legion combo going and keep, gaining advantage while you're striding. Because the deck is really overpowered, being able to use all its Legion effects while you're at the same time while striding is just a bit slow. But you need to run 4 to make sure your combo is going off. And then we're running 4 Crayon Tiger because the multi-attack capability is just ridiculous. It helps the deck push for game, draw more cards, and it's just really, really insane overall. So we're going to play 4, even because the deck is a bit more late game focused. As you notice, we're not running Binoculus Tiger, just going for those late game pushes. So we want to run 4 so you never don't have Crayon Tiger for those late game pushes. For grade 1s, we're running 4 the unflipping PGs. You don't really need to protect your rear guards that much because you're just going to draw so much, you're probably going to draw into other copies. So having the unflip is useful just in case you really need that 1 counterblast for Crayon Tiger, 1 extra counterblast just to help go off even harder. We got 4 Coiling Duckbills. This card is so good. It basically replaces its call, so it's like a free plussing as long as you're retiring with your other cards, which is basically always happening. And if you've seen, you can't really activate this early, so you're not like looking for speed. But regardless of speed or not, Coiling Duckbill is really good at building your field. We have 3 Stride Foders because the deck is Stride reliant. You want a Legion, and then you just want to stride, and take advantage of both Stride effects and the Legion. So we want to run 3 Legion to make sure we're Legioning, 3 Stride Foders, so we're always going to be striding. So that's why that's really important. The last 3 is something you might not see that much in Great Nature decks, is Mohican Hyena, the Mohawk Hyena. He's basically a 10k booster, almost all the time. He requires your boosted unit to be at 19 power or greater, or like 19k or greater, but if you boost like a 9k with him, it, you know, counts the boost. So we're counting 9 plus 6. That's going to be 15. So all you need is one like plus 4K steroid, and you're already hitting the 10K boost. So one 4K steroid is going to bring it up to 24. And so you can basically use any grade 2 and hit 28 by giving a unit plus 8. So that extra power is really going to help you push for game, and that's something that the deck really likes. So I'm playing that at 3. For the triggers, we got 4 8 criticals. Ruler Communion not as useful as it is in other like, you know, faster builds, but still useful nonetheless. You know, sometimes you just really need to use it. And then we have the 4 Blasphemy draws in Great Nature. It's actually not bad because the deck is combo based, because it's a bit slower, and because the Legion Hester Fox is just recycling all your triggers. You can use draws to help you set up and help you, you know, get your game plan going a bit faster. The +3 can help with numbers, but it's mainly just to, you know, get your game going a bit faster, draw all your pieces, have extra, you know, sacrifice targets, and then you still have the late game because you're returning crits with Hester Fox. And then of course we're running 4 heals because we need a G Guardian as much as we can, and Legion really helps with that. And for the strides, we have 1 Sea Breeze because the deck is pretty GB. Like, using Sea Breeze and then having damage available to Crayon Tiger them is just really mean. We only have 1 Cath Pelic because, again, I said the focus of the deck is not to stay on Chatnor. If you want to get on Hester Fox as soon as you can. So this is just to cover that 1 turn that you're on Chatnor. You just go up to 4 damage the next turn, and then, you know, Break Ride, boom, easy. Other strides, we have 3 I actually don't know the name. Primthurs is really good because it gives 1 unit plus 8K, and then in turn, if that unit has like plus 20K or more power, then you draw a card when it dies. And you can just give plus 4K if you want. You don't have to like, if you just give a plus 4K, the unit won't die. So if that matters to you, you can do that. But usually you just give the plus 8. Makes any 9K 17. You like resend it with Crayon Tiger, that other plus 4 is going to bring it up to 21. So it just makes really good numbers and helps you push a ton with Crayon Tiger. We have 4 Phoenixow. The Phoenixow is used for when you have double Legion Mate and you really need to grind out games. You can double Legion Mate, swing Vanguard, bump them up both to 13. They'll still hit Vanguard by themselves, and then they'll both die, you'll draw, and really just, you know, amplifies the grind game by having Phoenixows. And then I almost never use Mana Grimmer anymore, but we're running the 4 just in case. It can be really useful. Like, if you can rush them and then G Guard into Mana Grimmer, and that really puts on the pressure. But it's really just like, if you need that guard restriction end game finisher, then it's there. More often than not, though, Primthurs is gonna be better because you just need 1 Crayon Tiger. You're gonna get Legion effects off by retiring like Researcher Fox, and also attack like 4 attacks with like really big numbers. And then lastly, we have 4 of the Great Nature G Guardian. You could probably change one of these for Cray Elementals. I don't think it makes a huge difference. This is just so that you can clear out your back row. Like, if you have duckbills that, you know, are already used, you have more in your hand you want to use, you can just target them, make space for new duckbills, and so that's why I'm using that. A counter charge can be very useful, but not always, so you could definitely take one out. Use a Scryu if you're scared of Guard Restrict, or Dismal if you're scared of like Dimension Police or Kagura. Thanks for watching, Cardfighters. Hope you liked our Great Nature updated 16 stride zone. Again, the deck is slower, focusing a bit more on that late game because you can afford to, like, the games will go a bit longer with G Guardian, and you'll just be able to snowball a lot more with Hester Fox, which you weren't able to do before. It's a very fun deck. I was able to draw insane amounts of cards, probably way more than I should have, because I my deck was the same size as my hand. It was pretty ridiculous, but this isn't kind of the deck where you're going to use Binoculus Tiger and you're going to duckbill and like combo off really early. You're kind of like playing it a bit slower and focusing on like consistent, powerful late game options. So again, thank you for watching. Please give us that thumbs up, helps out a ton. Subscribe for more content, and Vanguard Central out.